Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around, what was it called? Peasant Trap, that was it. Where we had Team Asta versus Team Kirsch, and Asta forcing Zerx to be a good teammate. He destroyed all his traps that he spent all night setting up. So they had to come up with a new plan. Meanwhile, Kirsch was disgusted that he was working with a peasant like Magna, so he went off to go fight the other team himself, and he fell into a trap, even though he could detect where all of Zerx's mana traps were. What he didn't account for was that they would just dig a regular hole without magic, and he would fall in there, so yeah, he fell in, and Asta beat the crap out of him, and he's down. Now it's just Magna and Soul left, so yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. There's so many sibling fights in this arc. Like, this is crazy. Like, we had Noelle versus Solid. Now we're gonna have Finral versus Langris, and we also had, Mimosa versus Kirsch. So we fought as a team. We did it. We're doing it, mates. I mean, and they were, it's so interesting too, because it's like they were the Kirsch team. I don't remember what letter they were, but that team was really solid in the first round, So, like, to see them kind of fall apart like that is really interesting. Meanwhile, I guess that's sort of a mirror, because Asta's team didn't work well in the first round, Like, him and Mimosa were doing alright, but then, then Zerx had his traps, so yeah, it's just like it's interesting, the sort of opposite effect with them, where it's like that team fell apart, but this team got way stronger together, so it's interesting. It's an interesting thing, but yeah, we get to beat the shit out of a narcissist. That is like the biggest thing about this arc, is beating the shit out of these noble and or royal narcissists, It's like, peasants, they're all unruly and stuff. Oh yeah? This fucking peasant backhand is about to show you what's up. I'm gonna show you some beautiful colors when I beat the shit out of you when you have a concussion, And it's exactly what Zerx said, which, by the way, I'm going to keep calling him Zerx for a little while. I know technically last episode we got the name revealed that his name is Zora, but I'm going to keep it at Zerx for a little while, pretty much until I just feel like it, so, yeah. But yeah, but it's exactly what Zerx said, where it's like, you pretty much shut down when something you deny claps back at you, So it's just like, that's not how that works, You're blowing it completely when you do that, It's just that's not good. That's not how you fight, I mean, what would he do if he fought the Eye of the Midnight Sun? He just sees one of them and is just like, I can't do this. I cannot accept this, and then he just fucking dies. Like, you're not going to be selected for the Royal Knights if you go in with that kind of attitude, The fact is, you fell for a hole. They just dug a hole, you fell for it, and then they whacked you. And then that was that. He came back a little bit, but then it's just like, But I mean, this is just I guess that's one thing about some of these, royals and nobles. It's just like, I guess they just don't know any better. Because their parents were probably pieces of shit, and they were also like, wow, peasants. It's just this dogma that just gets passed through the generations. We're lucky that we get, someone like Mimosa, who is completely accepting of other people and understanding. But granted, she saw, when Keir saw is like, oh, even the children are vile, repugnant villains. She looked and saw a poor child trying to get food, Like, she understood that child was going to starve, So it's just like, Mimosa's got a good head on her shoulders. That's kind of just that, that is also the thing of, like, most of the Vermilions are really good. Kirsch is really an outlier. He's more like the Silvas than anything else, whereas, yeah, all the Vermilions that we've seen, Mimosa, Fuegoleon, Leopold, Sisgoleon, I'm kind of giving up on saying her name, but all of them, no, they don't really care about what class you are, They care about strength of character and, and to an extent power, but not even just, like, power, like, oh, are you actually strong or something? Like, what they care about is, are you trying to be strong? And again, that's strength of character, Fuegoleon and Sisgoleon recognize Noelle's strength of character. She just needs help actually, like, putting that strength into her actual power, But thanks to both of them, her confidence is boosted. Her strength of character is boosted, so that's good, So yeah, and we got Soul's backstory, which is interesting, which it's interesting giving her that kind of backstory and that sort of explanation of why she hates men, that it's like, well, that's more of a cover, Like, she understands. She grew up, and, when gender roles are basically presented to her, she just doesn't understand it, It's like, oh, we guys have to protect you, and she's just like, why the fuck do I need you? Like she looks around at them and is just like, I don't understand that. Like, she couldn't comprehend that, why she would have to do that. But then it's just like, then it's just like, seeing that then in action, where it's just like, the guy, literally the boy who said, oh, we guys gotta protect you girls, he ran away, but she understood it. It's not that she gained this hatred of men from that. It's that she understood. It wasn't really about gender, but just about the person, Like, she saw, she has seen strong women and weak men, but she's also seen strong men and weak women, probably, Like, it's all that strength of character, but she kind of masks that, basically. She masks that in a sort of hatred of men, So that's an interesting thing. Because, they show a little bit of her dad. That's her dad, right? And it's like, it doesn't seem like he was bad or anything, and, she probably really likes him, but he goes off, we never see him again. So I think that's it, is that, I think her father is someone that she probably respected, and then she met Charlotte and really respects her, sees her, as the strong woman that she is, and then she sees, weak men and weak women. So it's a thing of, like, it's not really gendered for her. Even though she passes it off as that, it's not really that gendered for her. But even her, trying to keep men away from Charlotte is more of, she just respects Charlotte, Like that's the thing. She's like, she is a beautiful, strong, incredible woman. We can't just give her any old fucking dude, any, Joe Schmo. Like, they have to be really good. Now, she does not fully acknowledge Yami as being that, but then again, Yami is also, like, he's doing himself no favors. Like, he's a good dude and he is strong, but he's also kind of an ass, so. Like, he's there when it counts, but he is also an ass, so. But he's our ass, But yeah, so that's it's an interesting way of doing that, especially just for, I guess sort of how one note Soul has been for so long that it's like, now that we get this backstory, it's like, okay, I see what we're doing with this. It's not just here is strong kind of tomboy-ish girl who hates men, and is really in love with her captain. It's just like, no, there is something a bit more to it than that. Even though she is absolutely gay for Charlotte, and I mean, I don't blame her anyway. So, but anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, and I like how that. I like how that sort of gets through to Kirsch a little bit. You know, where it's just like, oh, someone as incredible and beautiful as Charlotte would go and save the poor, and it's just like, yeah, because you're a magic knight. Like, that's the thing with a lot of these magic knights is like, you're not really magic knight material. You're strong, you're good in a fight, sure. But you're also an asshole. And not in the way that Yami's an asshole, but you're just not a good person. So it's just like, the filthy peasants should all just die. It's like, that's not what being a magic knight is, you know? So yeah, I don't know, man. It's not what being a magic knight really is. And also, by the way, Magna, I do like that too, where, you know, where Zerx is like, you get, when you get fired up, you're too into this attack, you know? You have to learn to control yourself a bit more. It's like, you know, going all out is good, but you have to have that sort of, you know, peace of mind in order to come back, you know, in order to sort of switch on a dime, you know? So that's definitely part of it, which is interesting. It's an interesting way of going about that. So yeah, and and our team, we won. We did well. Asta and Zerx worked together. Mimosa was able to come in clutch at the end, and they were able to secure victory. So that's pretty good. And next time, we've got Team Finral versus Team Langris. I hope it's at least a good friggin' fight, you know? I hope they do well, you know? I want, even though I don't think it's going to happen in this next fight, I just want someone to smack that smug fucking face off of him, you know? In the same way that Asta literally smacked Kirsch with his sword multiple times, you know? Just, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for him to just get his fucking teeth kicked in. This smug fucking... okay. Calm, serenity, calm. Alright. So yeah, we'll get to that next time. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.